What is going on, guys? This is the Inside the Blue Podcast, episode number 43. And we're breaking down the New York Giants 30-12 loss over the San Francisco 49ers. A tough loss for the Giants as now they are 1-2 on the season. Their only win coming against the Arizona Cardinals. And we all know their first loss of the season to the Dallas Cowboys. Really tough loss for this Giants team. I mean, they're versing a talented 49ers squad in San Francisco. And, only putting up 12 points is never going to win you a football game, especially against one of the best teams in football. 49ers really just played a good game. I think the biggest thing for this defense in particular is not being able to shut down them on third down. This Giants team was really bad on third downs, allowing the San Francisco 49ers to convert 56% of the time on third downs, and that just cannot win you a football game. This offense was bad. Daniel Jones was not great. And, it seems to be that him on primetime is not good. He is not good on primetime. Only one win in his career, and that was against the Washington Commanders. With Daniel Jones, he's not the same player without Saquon Barkley. And Saquon Barkley, of course we know, did not play in this game due to that ankle sprain he suffered in the previous week against the Arizona Cardinals. And that was missed. I mean, seeing Matt Breida out there for a lot of the snaps is definitely not something, the Giants are used to. Saquon Barkley is usually the main back and playing there pretty much every single snap. That's what he did against the Arizona Cardinals. He played against pretty much every snap except for, I think, 2 maybe. And then he suffered that, ankle sprain. And he's out for 3 weeks. So that's a really bad look. So, Matt Breida is going to be back there at the starting back. And, Brock Purdy was really good. CMC was good. George Kittle was all good. All the players that we named in the previous video all came out to shine. And I feel like every single time I hit on those type of players, the players to watch, they always perform well. Props to Brock Purdy. He really did a good job converting on third down, converting when he needed to. Didn't, force the ball too much. Made some really good passes. I'm not going to lie. Brock Purdy really played a good game, so I give props to him. I'm not the biggest Brock Purdy fan because I just think, I'll say this. I think he fits the 49ers system really well. I'll say that. Because, we went into this game, thinking, what type of Brock Purdy we're going to get. And we got, the Brock Purdy that, slings the football and plays a really good football game. And that's pretty much what Brock Purdy has been. He wasn't amazing against the blitz. So Wink Martindale did the smart thing. Blitzed 85% of the time. And, Brock Purdy, knew the blitz was coming and played really good football. They did their the Giants did what they wanted to do. It's just they, couldn't execute fully. I mean, Brock Purdy against the blitz, 65% completion, 247 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Really bad defense on some parts. I mean, a lot of missed tackles. I think there was one play that Deebo Samuel broke 5 tackles. That should be a tackle every single time. And he got, honestly, maybe another 8 or 10 yards out of that. Really bad look. Tackling's been a problem for this team, I feel like. I feel like they are not able to, tackle well, and it's really hurt them, and it's given the other team positive yards and more yards than they should have gotten. But, some positives for the defense is, first and third quarter, they only allowed 3 points in the quarter. And then, second and fourth, they let up 14 and then 10. Giants couldn't really get anything going. I don't think they used Jalen Hyatt a lot, and I'm a little surprised about that because I honestly think he's one of your better wide receivers. I definitely take him over probably, honestly, every single one, in my opinion. I don't think our wide receivers are that amazing, and I'm surprised I didn't see Jalen Hyatt out there more because he's really good at, using his speed. He is really fast, and he's look at the Cardinals game. First play out of that half, and a big dime from Daniel Jones to hit Jalen Hyatt, and then we didn't see that at all. I think Daniel Jones really needs to start throwing the ball deeper and trusting Jalen Hyatt, because Jalen Hyatt can burn players. I mean, he can burn some of the better corners in this league. But he's got to get the ball in Jalen Hyatt's hands, and hit his wide receivers. Darren Waller had a few drops. He didn't play his best, but it's really the fact that the Niners let you stay in this game for a bit. I think it was 17-12 at one point. You went for two. You couldn't get it because you wanted to go for two, set up a potential field goal try if your defense gets a stop. But that doesn't happen, and CMC runs the show, 85 yards from him. Really good game. I mean, it's really tough to stop CMC. Whether you have the best defense in the league or you have the Giants defense. It's not an easy job to lock up CMC. And, we said it in the pregame pod, it's going to be really tough to stop this offense. And if you let them go, play freely, it's going to be a long game. I don't know if I'd say they played, let them play freely, but it's 3rd and 15, and we're letting them get that. That just cannot happen against any team. Whether it's a playoff game or a regular season game. That just can't happen. And the Giants, allowed 56%, and they did not convert on the chances that they needed to. They were at 25% on 3rd down, and 3 for 12. I mean, that's something that's got to get cleaned up. A lot's got to get cleaned up. They got to find a way to defend a screen. I mean, if they throw screens to CMC, that's happening, and of course you're sending a blitz, so of course they're going to run a screen and to get some positive gains. So I mean, they got to fix that, even if it's just running that in practice, a little screen play, fix your tackling, fix everything. The player who got a ton of tackles was Micah McFadden, 11 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. Really strong game from him after him having a brutal week 2 game against the Arizona Cardinals. So that's good to see, but we get to the offense. First downs, San Francisco beat the Giants 26-10 in that category. Total net yards. This is crazy to me when I saw this stat. Total net yards. Giants at 150. San Francisco at 441 net yards. Third downs, of course, 56 to 25%. And then time of possession. I mean, they really controlled this game. Almost 40 minutes of time of possession. Giants couldn't get the ball when they needed to. And when they had the ball, they couldn't do anything with it. So that's, that's something that just can't happen. And another thing is, we know the Giants are a talented roster, but not Niners, Cowboys, and Eagles talented. Those 3 teams are the top dogs of the NFC. Those are the 3 teams you have to beat if you want to go to the Super Bowl, if you're in the NFC, because we know the Giants are, not on talent level with the Eagles and Cowboys. We saw that in week 1. The Giants got obliterated in week 1. And, you're still going to have to play Dallas one more time. You're still going to have to play, the Commanders twice. And the Eagles twice as well. But the thing is with the Giants, and what stresses me out with I guess, fans, is you have to have a reality check with this team. We all know what happened last year. They made the playoffs. They went 9-7-1. They're only tied to the Washington Commanders. They had an easy schedule. Okay, they weren't playing top dog teams like they are this year. Right? And this is a team right now that still has a lot of holes on their team. Their offensive line cannot block. And that's what, that's the problem with this team, is if the offensive line can't block, Daniel Jones can't get anything going. Saquon Barkley, when healthy, can't get anything going. Jones can't sling it downfield. He can't even run an offense with, an offensive line that can't block. There was one play that they just let Nick Bosa just destroy Daniel Jones, and I'm surprised that wasn't called a safety, but regardless, the talent needs to get better on this team. I don't know how they're going to do that, whether it's in the draft or them trading for someone or them signing someone. I'm not sure, but the Giants are, years away from being, a top dog in this NFC, in my opinion. I don't think this is a year where we see, the Giants coming out of the gate and beating really good teams. And, with a very good pass rush. I'd like to add on to that. Okay, when you're playing teams with a good pass rush, like the Cowboys, like the 49ers, like the Eagles, even the Commanders, they have a pretty good pass rush as well. Those are the teams where it's going to be tough to beat, because if your O-line is consistently bad and you're versing an elite defense, it can get problematic, right? If you're allowing sacks after sacks, tackles for loss, you can't run an offense with that. You need better players up front to help you keep the offense going and block for Daniel Jones. Okay, Daniel Jones is not going to be able to throw the ball if you're giving him 2 seconds. No quarterback is. But, they have a bit of a weaker opponent. They got the Seahawks. Hopefully they can take care of that. Not as good as a pass rush, and that's huge. The teams that don't have a good pass rush, those are the teams you got to take advantage of, right? You got to find a way to win games if you want to even have a shot at making the playoffs, because I don't know if they're going to beat Dallas at all. I could see them beating the Commanders, obviously, and they're definitely not beating the Eagles. So that's a guaranteed maybe 4 losses from the Cowboys and Eagles alone. And then saying you split with the Commanders, that's 5 losses, and you already have a loss against the 49ers. So it's 6 losses alone out of that. And now you question how they're going to do against the Bills, how they're going to do against the Dolphins, 2 teams that have a good pass rush. So that's a huge thing about, if the Giants are going to make the playoffs. It's still early. I'm not panicking. It's football. Football is football. Talent plays a huge role. Hard work plays a huge role. If you're not working hard, you're not going to get anything done. They got to have a reality check, see what the team is, and, look at the holes and, look what we need to work on for next week. They have 11 days of rest, Monday Night Football against the Seahawks, sorry. Seahawks are not a bad team. They have some offensive weapons, but, man, we got to win a game. And this is a huge matchup for the Giants. They got to find a way to win this game and, improve on the season, because they don't have the most talent in the NFC. I'm going to be totally honest. This is a team that is just going to find a way to win games. They're a gritty team, and, they have some hard-nosed players, but it's going to be tough to win games if this offensive line cannot compete. And no Andrew Thomas, of course. That was a huge blow. No Saquon. And Saquon was your whole offense last year. Saquon Barkley was your whole offense last year. He carried you to the playoffs, and now he's injured for 3 weeks. Now 2 weeks, but it's gonna be. I'm still happy for football. I'm not gonna, be a Debbie Downer and say the season's over. I don't think that. I think the Giants still have a chance. They still got a lot of football to be played, and just keep getting better each week. That's how I look at it. But regardless, it's been the Inside Loop podcast. We have hit 60 subscribers now. Now we're at 63. Really appreciate that, guys. I appreciate the support every single time. Of course, thank you guys for joining me in this recap for the Giants 30-12 loss over the 49ers. Of course, this has been Vin. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload these videos. And, of course, leave a comment below on what your thoughts are for the New York Giants. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.